What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack, and we're back with another video. And today, we're going to speak about Spotify, a company I don't think I've ever spoken about on the channel before. So for all you people in the comments saying all I do is speak about the same 10 companies over and over again, this one's for you. You more than likely all know who Spotify is. They're a streaming service, they have music, they have podcasts, they have everything along those lines, and they are growing extremely quickly. And what has happened only a couple of days ago is Joe Rogan, you all know who he is. He has, I think, the biggest, definitely one of the biggest podcasts in the entire world. He has signed exclusive rights with Spotify. So from now on, all of his full podcasts will exclusively be uploaded to Spotify, whereas before they were all uploaded to his YouTube videos. And if we just have a look at how many views these videos get, it is a lot. It's going to drive a lot of traffic to Spotify. Off of the back of this news yesterday, Spotify closed up about 8.5%. But I'm excited to speak about these guys. I haven't looked into them too much before. I obviously have today because I'm making this video. I am a Spotify premium subscriber, so I obviously do enjoy the service. I believe in it. I enjoyed enough to give them money every single month just to listen to songs without ads. So if you enjoyed today's video, please smash a like. It helps me out so much more than you realize. It really does. Drop me a comment with your thoughts on Spotify as a whole at the end of this video. And subscribe if you're new around here, baby. We are on the road to 4,000 juicy investing boys. I'd really love to hit it by next week. So with all of that being said, let's just get into the information. Let's see what the deal is with Spotify, if I like the look of them, if I might even, throw a few cheeky beans at them and open up a position. Joe Rogan signs exclusivity deal with Spotify. You all know who Joe Rogan is. He's one of the biggest, if not the biggest podcasts in the world. And up until now, he's just been posting these podcasts, to his own YouTube channel. And I mean, this man here brings in views. 17 hours ago, 617k. 2.5 mil, 1.4 mil, 2.7 mil, 1.8 mil, 13 million with Elon Musk. This guy brings in views, and now all of these podcasts are going to be going over to Spotify. That's going to bring a lot of traffic there. So that means they're more than likely going to get more monthly active users. They're going to get more, premium subscribers. It's going to be a very good thing for the company. And then the second thing is that their Q1 earnings are out. Now, they did come out on April 29th, so it was, about 3 weeks ago, but it's still very up-to-date information. And right before we actually get into the Q1 earnings a bit, I just want to show you the stock chart and just look at how well they have performed, okay? So pretty much from their peaks, they dropped down 23.76%, and they're currently up about 13.43%. But from the bottom, they've actually come up very close to 50%. Now, given the market that we're in, given the economic times that we're in, given how much a lot of companies have gone down in value, this is incredible stuff. And I mean, it's quite clear to see why, you know what I mean? Obviously, they're a streaming service. The main reason people download these guys is for music and then podcasts. Right now, a lot of people will be sitting at home bored and they'll be thinking, you know what, I'm just going to get Spotify. What? It's only like a $10 a month anyway. Who really cares? $2.50 a week, not even 50 cents a day for unlimited ad-free music. That sounds like a good deal. A lot of people have also taken up walking, jogging, running. I know this as I am an online coach, I'm a personal trainer. A lot of people are doing a lot more moving, and what you do when you go on a jog, you pop your headphones in and you listen to some music. With Spotify, you can make your own playlist, you can have it ad-free, you can have it offline, you can have whatever you want. It is by far the best music streaming service and the most known music streaming service that is out there right now. So they're going to be able to take advantage of times like these where most other companies can't. And that is quite clear to see when we come over to the Q1 earnings. But what I want to speak about most is their users and their users' growth, because it has been phenomenal. So Q1 2019 total monthly active users, so this is premium and non-premium, 217 million in Q1 2019, 286 million in Q1 2020, year-over-year change of 31%. That's absolutely insane. That is massive. Now, premium subscribers, so these ones are the most important to Spotify, because Spotify make a lot more money off these people than they do the free users who just listen to ads, okay? So 100 million Q1 2019, 130 million Q1 2020, a 31% year-over-year change. Again, phenomenal stuff. And then lastly, we have the ad-supported monthly active users, so the people who don't pay the premium fee, who have to listen to ads every now and again, and they grew from 123 million Q1 2019 to 163 million Q1 2020, and again, that's a 32% year-over-year change. Like, the change across the board has been absolutely massive. And what I really like about Spotify right now is that they have so much room to expand. I'm going to come back here and talk about all this in a second, but let me scroll down. Total monthly active users by region, okay? North America, Latin America, and Europe are their 3 biggest by far. They have more than 85% of their users in these 3 regions and 17% in the rest of the world. So they have a lot more of the world that, they can expand to, that they can take over as such, essentially. Think of places like China. I don't think Spotify is available in China whatsoever right now. So yeah, I was right. Spotify is not in China whatsoever. So think about how big of a market these guys have to expand into. And that's just one place. There's way more. All I'm saying is there's close to 1.4 billion completely untouched customers. If Spotify can someday penetrate this market, that is going to be absolutely incredible for them. You don't need to be a genius to figure that out. Because as of right now, they have 130 million subscribers and 286 million monthly active users in 79 markets. Here is a list of all the markets. There is so much more room for expansion, which is why I'm quite confident in these guys, to be completely honest with you. I don't know why I didn't give them more time of day earlier on. I should have seen this coming. And this here fills me with so much confidence. Spotify want to be at the top, they want to be ahead of Apple Music or Pandora or absolutely any other streaming service out there, and they're signing massive guys like Joe Rogan. This deal, where is it? It cost them a cool $100 million. In times like this, they're investing that much money to try be the innovators, try be the ones at the top of the market. So kudos to Spotify, man, honestly. Now, their financials. So premium Q1 2019 brought in 1.385 billion euro. Q1 2020, 1.7 billion, a year-over-year change of 23%. So again, that's absolutely fantastic. You don't have to be a genius to realize that. And their ad-supported brought 126 million last quarter of last year, and the first quarter of this year, 148 million, so a 17% change, Total revenue gone up 22%, gross profit gone up 27% year-over-year. It's absolutely fantastic. I should say though that they did have an operating loss of 17 million this year, but for a company like Spotify, it's not the end of the world. It's absolutely fine. And what I will show you next is they actually have set a Q2 and 2020 outlook, which is something a lot of companies have shied away from doing lately because of the virus, because of the fact that their futures are so uncertain. So just the fact that Spotify, can provide us with an outlook is promising in itself. Regardless of whether it comes true or not, it's promising in itself. So I'm just going to look at the full year 2020 guidance, okay? Total monthly active users, they want to get up to 328 to 348 million. And keep in mind, right now, that's at 286 million. Total premium subscribers, 143 to 153 million. Right now, that's at 130 million. And remember, this is where they make an awful lot of their money, so that's a very promising figure for us to see. Now, their total revenue, they've reduced to 7.65 to 8.05 billion from 8.08 to 8.48 billion. The 2 biggest drivers of the reduction in revenue guidance relate to changes in foreign exchange rates and changes in our advertising expectations related to the virus. FX is the largest impact, accounting for almost half of the change. So, that's completely out of their control. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. And remember, I'm speaking about these guys from a long-term investor's point of view, and I will touch on that a little bit later because I don't necessarily believe they're a stock like Johnson & Johnson or Procter & Gamble who I would just hold forever. I don't feel like I'll ever have to sell them. With Spotify, I feel like there will come a time we'll have to sell. But anyway, we'll touch on that again later. Gross margin 23.2 to 25.2% and an operating profit of loss of 150 to 250 million worth of a loss. So to me, looking at it from a long-term investor's point of view, what I always really like to look at is, their fundamentals, their long-term prospects, and, can they keep expanding? Can they keep growing into a much bigger company? And as of right now, I think most definitely yes. They've done absolutely fantastically everywhere that they've launched. Let's speak specifically Europe, North America, and Latin America. Was that it? Yes, it was Latin America. They still have so much more of the world to expand into. I think something else that's relatively important is that these are a relatively new publicly traded company. So, where are we? We go back here to the 6th of April 2018, I believe. I thought it was the 3rd. Let me double check this. Google says the 3rd, but anyway, that doesn't really mean anything. Regardless, they're a relatively new IPO, they've only been around for a couple of years. They've only been publicly traded, is what I mean, for a couple of years. And I mean, we've seen something that I've seen so many times before, they went public, they've seen this sharp gain, we saw pretty much close to 30% in a matter of, a few months. And then boom, we see this sharp decline. Again, we see it very often. And since then, it's been a little bit of a bumpy road, but gradually we have been going up. And this kind of brings me on to what I said earlier, where I don't think this is a stock, if I am to buy them, that I'll be holding forever and ever. Because I mean, come on, what is the odds of in the next 30, 40, 50 years, we're all still on our phones listening to Spotify? There's probably going to be something new that comes out. But I would see them as a kind of a 5 to even, 15 year investment. So still a long-term investment, just not decades and decades. But who knows, you know, they could turn into a completely new product, they could keep up to date with the market, and they could be leaders for the rest of our lifetimes in something. But again, what I do really like about these guys is the fact that they've done so well in the markets that they've gone into so far, and there's still so many regions that they haven't touched off. You know, there's so much more they can do with their streaming service. It has changed so much since I first signed up. And again, the likes of signing an exclusive deal with the likes of somebody as big as Joe Rogan is very important in itself, but it's more important in that it shows that they want to be the industry leaders. They want to be the ones doing the next big thing. So guys, that is what I think of Spotify right now. Prospects, fundamentals, growth, all looks absolutely fantastic. I do think that there is some massive growth potential in these guys, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't look into them more earlier on. But these are definitely a company I could see myself adding to my portfolio very soon. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I will admit I'm not 100% sure, but I do really like the look of them. The main reason I'm not 100% sure is not because I think there's anything particularly wrong with the stock. I just think that right now there's a lot of stocks at a big discount. I know that is, you know, a word a lot of people throw around, but essentially I think that there's a lot of stocks who are more so undervalued than Spotify are right now that I may be able to make more money off in the long term. But with that being said, I do always like adding a new kind of stock to the portfolio. I always like diversifying, so I might open some sort of a position, even if it is half a share, one share. We'll have to wait and see. I do hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash the video a like. It genuinely means so much to me. I want to let you all know as well, I'm posting a lot more on Instagram right now. I'm going to get back into it, at least post on the stories and things like that. So if you want to see that, if you want to see more of me being me, go check it out, man. I'll have the link in the description. I'll have the name on the screen, whatever. Subscribe if you're new around here, people. Hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. Hope you did enjoy the video, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video. As always, peace.